Dobrý deň! In today's video we're gonna learn the pronunciation of the letter H. H is a digraph consisting of C and H, and it also stands on its own in the Slovak alphabet. H is a very common letter in the Slovak language, and you will need it, for example, for the verb want. I want. Ja chcem. Ja chcem. For some of you, the pronunciation of the letter H will be easier, and for some of you maybe a little bit more difficult. I know from my own experience that the French native speakers might have a slight difficulty with this letter, and so this video is here to help you to create this sound with your mouth. But now let's try to get down to it, and we'll start with the sound of a hissing cat. Make sure none of your pets are in the same room, and we'll start hissing together. So, kind of easy, right? So, we'll continue with narrowing our mouth. So to something more like a harsh winter wind. Okay, perfect. And now we'll loosen up our mouth and do the same sound. So it's going to be something like our lips are not in the front, but very loose. Okay, now we'll continue with engaging our belly muscles. So I want you to place your hand on top of your belly and try to feel your muscles while creating this sound of wondering. So we're gonna do something like ha, ha, ah, ha, ha. Can you feel your muscles? And now the most important part, we're gonna combine these two sounds we just learned. So we're gonna hiss, and then we're gonna add the sound of wondering. So it's gonna be something like and we have our sound of the letter H. And so this was a simple way how you can create the sound of the letter H. Well, it still needs a little bit of practice, so I encourage you to repeat it in front of a mirror several times a day, today, tomorrow, or even in 1 week. And I'm pretty sure you'll get there very soon. And now let's have a look at some examples where we can use the letter H in the Slovak language. We'll start with the most frequently used word with letter H, the verb want. So we'll start with the conjugation chcem, which means I want. Chcem. So I'm gonna repeat it several times because this might be a bit difficult to pronounce. So we have chcem, chcem. So the ts is more like imitation of some kind of insect, right? So maybe a cicada. Chcem, chcem. Ja chcem, I want. Then we'll continue with chcesz, chcesz, chce, chce, chcemy, chcemy, chcecie, chcecie. Chcу, chcу. I know this was maybe not so easy. The pronunciation of this verb can be sometimes quite tricky and difficult, but I promise you, once you learn the pronunciation of this verb, the other words will get less and less difficult. So we're gonna start with something quite hard, quite difficult, and then it'll get easier and easier. Now let's practice 2 practical sentences with words that we're gonna also learn in following videos. But just to practice this verb, chcem jeść, which means I want to eat. Practical, right? And then the other one is chcem pić, which means I want to drink. I hope you found this useful and I wish you good luck. See you very soon. Do widzenia.